Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for your attention. Not taken for granted at all. I appreciate you for always tuning into this daily podcast. My name is Michael Ujola for Mindset Transformation Africa, and on today's episode, I will be discussing a topic that I believe is crucial for anyone that is seeking to live a life that is fulfilling, a meaningful life, a life of purpose. And I will be talking about the difference between motivation and purpose. The difference between motivation and purpose. So, let me anchor today's episode on this statement. You don't need motivation. You need a sense of purpose to propel you forward. You don't need motivation. You need a sense of purpose to propel you forward. You see, many of us often think that what we need to succeed in life is just motivation. We believe that if we could just find the right amount of inspiration, if we could just find the right motivational speech or the right motivational quote, we will be able to overcome any obstacle in our path. But the truth is that motivation is just a temporary feeling. And that is the truth. Motivation is just a temporary feeling, and it's not enough to sustain us in the long term. Motivation is never enough to sustain us in the long run. What we really need is a sense of purpose. What we really need, I believe, is a sense of purpose. So, what is a sense of purpose and how is it different from motivation? Well, motivation is an external force, all right? Motivation is an external force that drives us to act in a certain way. Do you understand me? It's an external force that drives us to act in a certain way, and it can come from a variety of sources. It can come from a variety of sources, such as a desire for success. It can come from a fear of failure, and it can come from a need for recognition. That's what motivates us most times. You are motivated by your desire to succeed. You're motivated by your fear of failure, and most times, many people are motivated by their need for recognition. But purpose, on the other hand, is an internal compass, is within you, that guides us towards what truly matters to us. An internal compass, an inside compass that guides us towards what truly matters to us. It's a deep and meaningful reason. And that's what purpose is, a deep and meaningful reason for why we do what we do. And it gives us a sense of direction. Purpose gives us a sense of direction. When you have a deep and a meaningful reason for why you do what you do, that means you have a sense of purpose. When you have a sense of direction and a sense of clarity, that means you are a man or a woman that is driven by purpose. But the problem with relying solely on motivation is that motivation is fickle. It doesn't always last. It comes and it goes. And it's not often strong enough to overcome the obstacles that we face in life. That's where the problem of motivation is. It's not often enough to overcome the challenges that we face on a daily basis. But purpose, on the other hand, is constant. It's always there. Whether you feel good or you don't, there is a sense of direction. You have a sense of direction. You have a sense of meaning. You have a deep and reasonable meaning behind what you do, behind the why of what you do. Do you understand? When we have a sense of purpose, we are able to stay focused on our goals, even when we don't feel like it. we are able to persevere in the face of adversity. Do you understand me? Purpose is constant, it's always there. It's always there to provide us with drive. It's always there to provide us with determination. It's always there. When we need to push through hard times, purpose is always there. Even when motivation has run away, purpose is always there. So, how do we find our sense of purpose? How do we find it? The first step I will say we should do is to ask ourselves some very tough questions. Ask yourself some very tough questions. Number one, why do you do what you do? Number one, why do you do what you do? And number two, what do you really care about? What do you really care about? Number three, what gives you a sense of fulfillment? Those are questions that I need you to ask. Those are tough questions. You cannot just answer them at a whim. You have to think deep for you to get clarity, for you to get answers to them. What gives you a sense of fulfillment? What do you want to achieve in your life? That's purposeful questions. What do you want to achieve in your life? So these deep questions will help us to discover our core values. It will help us to discover our core beliefs, and that will guide us towards a sense of purpose. And once we have a sense of purpose, it's very important for us to keep it at the forefront of our mind. You don't keep purpose at the back burner, you keep purpose in front of you. Keep purpose in front of you. We can do this by setting clear goals. Those goals must now align with your purpose. Those goals must align with your sense of clarity, with your fulfilling and meaningful obligations. Those goals must align with your purpose, and they must remind you why you are pursuing them. Do you understand me? The goals that you set must constantly remind you why you are even pursuing them. Do you understand? We can also surround ourselves with people that share that same values, that share that same belief system, so that they will be able to be our support system in our journey. So let me say this as we round up. All right. Having a sense of purpose can actually help you to adapt to change more easily. That's one key advantage that a sense of purpose will give to you. You are able to adapt to change more easily. When we have a deep and meaningful reason for why we do what we do, we are able to pivot. We are able to adjust. That's pivot. We are able to adjust our course when it is necessary. We are able to stay flexible. We are not rigid. We're not rigid. We are able to stay flexible while still staying true to our value system, while still staying true to our principles, while we're still staying true to our beliefs. So if you're feeling stuck, all right, if you're feeling stuck right now in life, if you're feeling unmotivated in your life right now, I encourage you, take a step back and think about your sense of purpose. Take a step back and think about your sense of purpose. What truly matters to you? Ask yourself, what truly matters to you? What do you really want to achieve? What do you really want to achieve? When you have a strong sense of purpose, you don't need motivation always. You don't need motivation to propel you forward. No. You don't need motivation for you to move forward. Your sense of purpose will provide all the drive and determination that you need for you to succeed. Do you understand me? Your sense of purpose will give you the motivation. Your sense of purpose will give you the determination. Your sense of purpose will give you the drive for you that you need to succeed. Because most times, most people will not do what they need to do because they will say they are not motivated. I'm not just inspired. No. You don't need to be motivated. You don't need even to be inspired. When you have a sense of purpose, you will have all the drive. You will have all the determination that you need. Remember what I said. Motivation is a temporary feeling that can only take us so far. What we really need is a sense of purpose that can guide us towards what truly matters to us. By uncovering your core values, by uncovering your core beliefs and setting clear goals that align with your purpose, we can stay motivated, we can stay driven, we can stay focused in our pursuit of success. So go out there today and find yourself